Hey guys, I'm Nima from MVL Leasing, and at the time of filming, winter is a couple months away, but it's time to start preparing. So I thought that I'd take a couple pieces of inventory, namely SUVs, and kind of describe them and see maybe which one you'd like to drive this winter. So we'll start over here. This is the 2025 Rolls-Royce Cullinan. We did a review. You're gonna see the link in the description of the 2023. It's essentially the same truck. If I was to just summarize for you what changed for 2025, your headlights changed, so you got a more prominent LED signature that comes down like this. Your instrument cluster changed and your infotainment was updated a bit. New rim styles, but generally the same big boxy shape. Probably the most comfortable and quiet SUV that I've ever driven. There is literally zero drama in this car, and despite how unaerodynamic it is, you'd be surprised how little wind noise you hear in this thing. The air ride on this car is really nice. You don't feel bumps, you hardly feel any bumps, and the all-wheel drive system, it's actually the first Rolls-Royce, because this car was released in 2019, it's the first Rolls-Royce that was offered with all-wheel drive. If you have $700,000 to spare and you want a nice winter car, that's her right there. One car SUV that has become extremely popular among consumers and thieves. This is a 2022 Urus. The color of this one's called Giallo Midas. Now the cool thing about this is it probably has some of the biggest brakes I've ever seen fit to a Lamborghini, all standard carbon ceramic brakes. Another cool thing it has is four-wheel steering. And it's very evident. Like when you're moving this car back and forth, you can see exactly how much that the rear wheels turn. So it makes the car a lot more maneuverable. Really popular among some of my customers who have toys and then they have kids and then it can only, want to have one toy or only have room for one toy. Then they get this one because this one checks off literally all the boxes. It's a good family car. It's a good performance car. And this car, aside from the Porsche Cayenne, redefined what SUVs are able to do when it comes to high performance. 650 horse, 650 torque, and pretty comfortable. Also on air ride, it's not as soft as the Cullinan, but it's not supposed to be. But you'd be surprised how comfortable you'd be in this car. It does a really good job of having a split personality. So when you want to just putter along or whatever, you can do that. When you want to drive like an animal and have everyone around you hear you coming, there's modes for that too. Really nice car. We did a review on this car earlier. The link for this will also be in the description. This is a 2021 Bentley Bentayga Speed. This has a 12-cylinder engine. Today, you can't get the 12-cylinder engine in the Bentayga anymore. So this one is kind of going to be, I think, a rarity. It's actually built on the same chassis as the Urus, but you can see that they're very different vehicles. This one has a more traditional SUV body, whereas the Urus has a little bit more of a sports car silhouette. So you sacrifice a bit of luggage space, but that's okay. It doesn't mean you have none. It's just because you got that glass that comes down like this. But this one has more. And aside from the Cullinan, I can't really think of an SUV that you can get a 12-cylinder engine in. So this one would be good. This one looks a little extra mean too, because if you look at an ordinary Bentayga, a lot of chrome and stuff like that. Not that that stuff looks bad, but I think it looks extra sharp when you have all the black trim. What they call it on this car is black line specification. If you want to learn more about this one, click the link in the description. We did a review on this one as well. So this is a 25 Range Rover or Land Rover Defender Octa. So it's a P635, which denotes the horsepower, 635. And it's an Octa. The name Octa comes from a diamond for extra toughness. This is supposed to be an extra tough Defender, and it lives up to the name because it borrows the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 that's in the X5M. Lots of horsepower, new transmission, revised suspension. The car actually is not really sweating on a track. It's not putting down crazy numbers, but for a car that looks like it's designed to go in the jungle, you'd be surprised at how poised it is on the street. Really good car if you like the whole utilitarian look that G-Wagons really made popular. The regular Defender would be a great choice. Good family car, and definitely no stranger to low traction environments like snow and dirt. Speaking of utilitarian, the G-Wagon is probably the one of the most popular SUVs that we sell. At any given time, we usually have about 3 or 4 in stock. This one's a good example. So this one's a 2023 G63. You can get G550 or G63. They're both 4-liter twin turbo V8s, but the G63 is set to 577 horse and the regular one is set to 416. Even the regular one is no slouch, but if you like ones that bark and make a bit more noise and you want everyone around you to know, the G63 would be the one to get. Now this one has a Magno gray paint. I think it's called a Mola Gray Magno. And this one has a special package where your front bumper, your brush guard, and your wheel arches are actually painted black. just kind of makes it stand out a bit more. These wheels are actually the 21-inch wheels. The most popular rims that you get on a G63 are the 22s. They look good, they harshen the ride a bit, but when you go with these 21s, they're able to deliver or put down the power that this engine puts out and just kind of add a little bit more comfort. So if you're not, in a music video, you don't necessarily need those other wheels. This one actually, the interior kind of pops because it's got full red leather interior with exclusive quilted leather and stitching. Seat belts are red too. These cars are really mean, and ever since they redesigned it starting in 2019, they've been extremely popular and they hold their value really well. They still have the lockable differentials that are mostly useful when you're in dirt or sand. Never actually seen somebody use them. But when it comes to off-road capability, these guys are kind of right at the front of that race. So that's a good one to choose. On a lesser note, if you don't want to spend $1 million, you can also get a Porsche Macan. Now these Porsche Macans are really, really good cars. Cayennes actually became one of the #1 products that Porsche sells, and Macan is not far behind it, depending on which model you get. And the reason being is because any car that Porsche makes has that Porsche DNA. So even though they're making a small SUV, it's still going to have that Porsche look, have the same chassis dynamics, and all. You can deck these things out pretty heavy with some crazy tech that you can't even get in some of your equivalent Audis and Mercedes. Really neat stuff. Doesn't break the bank. Looks good. Ages well. Doesn't depreciate like a stone. That's a nice, more affordable choice that's high quality. So I highlighted some of the SUVs that we have in stock, and they're all very special and all very different. And if some of them float your boat, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email is in the description, but also keep in mind that we're a leasing company and I don't lease only my own inventory. So if you see something that you like or it inspires you about some other vehicles, if I don't have it, I could probably get it. Don't hesitate to send me an email and start the conversation.